TV investigates. We are digging deeper tonight into how fentanyl reaches the Charlotte area and what local officials are doing to stop it. Prosecutors, law enforcement, and more gathered today in Rowan County to expose challenges in the system. Our investigative reporter Naomi Coles was there. She joins us now live from the newsroom with more on this. Naomi.
Yeah, Jamie, major trafficking networks use the highway system through the Charlotte area to bring fentanyl into the city. That's something local investigators I've spent time with say is one of the biggest challenges in the fight against fentanyl. I spent days embedding with local narcotics investigators, tracking a suspected trafficker from Mexico here to the Charlotte area. It's those kinds of massive cartel networks that federal prosecutors and investigators are trying to stop at the highest levels.
Getting it off of our streets is just the first step.
At a roundtable on Wednesday in Rowan County, the U.S. Attorney for North Carolina's Western District said more than a third of his office's cases were against people they believed to be high in cartel leadership.
If you've got people that you're catching with fentanyl, they're going through the state system, you see them out on the street another time. If you're sending in officers 4 or 5 times to arrest the same guy, we want to put those people in federal prison for a long time.
Internationally, we work to disrupt the supply chain at its source. Fentanyl production is shifting from China to Mexico and other countries, with precursors often moving through legal global trade networks.
And while the good news is that overdose deaths are decreasing statewide, advocates say that in some regions of North Carolina, that trend has not yet turned around. And you can watch that whole drug investigation that I embedded with. That's right now at WBTV.com. The suspected trafficker is now behind bars in Gaston County. Jamie?
Naomi Coles live tonight in the newsroom. Naomi, thank you. Now we have one of those web articles Naomi just mentioned. It's pulled up right here. You see it on the screen. It was a 2-part investigation with a fentanyl unit investigating how the drug gets into our community. It is worth your time. You can watch and read more right now on WBTV.com.